back, and I have had the pleasure of enjoying my cake and eating it too. I did record me blowing out the candles. No, I did not show my face because no. Oh, that's right. I don't have the luxury of my mods, so we can hide that. Go back to this. There we go. Back to our... without the webcams. Like I said, I think I might change the his name again. Another cutscene, I think. Now, as for how we proceed from here. The villagers we evacuated earlier have arrived safely at the Crystarium. They seem to be accepting their situation for the moment. Most folk are far too distracted by the sky to worry about wounds or lost homes. They whisper and wonder if the Warrior of Darkness has come. 'Tis to be expected. Daddy, I must ask a favor of you. Would you be so kind as to conceal your involvement in this endeavor for the time being? Seeing the light recede from Lakeland is a momentous occasion, and many will be swept in a maelstrom of excitement and confusion. Should you come forth as the legendary Warrior of Darkness, I fear that, no matter how good your intentions, such an appearance would throw the city into disarray. I find myself in agreement with the Exarch, although my concerns are more focused on Yulmore. It may be best if you maintain a low profile until we see Vothri respond. See how Vothri responds to all of this. My thanks. Though we cannot freely celebrate your success, pray allow your heart to be buoyed of the joy of our sins, a joy you surely brought into being. And I must ask the same discretion of you, Cap. 'Tis my intention to share with our people the tale of a great warrior who stood in defiance of the Sin Eaters. This unnamed champion defeated the Light Warden, and has since departed for parts unknown, yes? As you wish, my lord. Your penchant for mystery is nothing new, and I will encourage folk not to question it either. Although I expect to be told the whole truth of it one day, about all of you. With that settled, I shall return to the Crystarium and make an address to the people. I'll make an address to the people. The explanations and adjustments will consume much of my time. So pray take the opportunity to rest and recover from your exploits. And to think you'll not even need to shutter the windows to enjoy a dark and peaceful night's sleep. What's your fave sexy clothing to put on Put our Hrothgar in mind is the Corel Beach briefs. Actually, same. Mine. I actually have a glam with the Corel briefs. Here. I must stay behind and coordinate the evacuation of the remaining survivors. And I hesitate to ask, after all of you've done here today, but could I ask you to pass on the message on your way to the pendants? Please let Bragi know that we're bringing in a number of injured, and that any restoratives in the market need to be reserved for the infirmary.
You can count on me. Excuse me, not the cake is softening because it's ice cream. Give me a moment. Trying to play and eat ice cream cake at the same time. Here.
We should start making our own way back to the Crystarium. Slowly, mind you. It wouldn't do to arrive too soon after the Exarch. I'm staying behind as well. There's something I need to check on in Holminster. We already went through the village top to bottom, Alizé. We should all take the chance to rest, you included. I knew one of those eaters, and I just can't. I can't rest, not now.
That would be nice.
So please, I wish to be left alone for a while, and that means you as well, Daddy. I shall be cross if you try to follow me. I promise to find you later, when I feel myself again.
I don't blame her, because Tesleen, she was like, yeah. Tesleen was a very emotional fight.
Just you and me then, shall we?
She is. She is very independent, and I'm here for it. Thank goodness the Crystarium is my free destination. There we go. Alright, so we are to find Alpha Node here.
Well, the Crystarium seems relatively ordered. Wouldn't you say? The Exarch's speech must have been reassuring to hear. On the contrary, there is something jubilant in the air. I have a feeling this night won't be quite as peaceful as our hooded friend predicted. I think I shall take a brief stroll around town before retiring to my chambers. Once you've discharged your duty to Bragi, I suggest you do the same.
Luckily, my free company is very smart, and they have the company action reduced rates number 2, so everything's a lot cheaper. So if you want to see, look at that. Look at, see, instead of $999, it's $699 for all the furthest ones. So like my favorite ones are all $350. I still need to go back to Ul'dah and put it as a favorite decoration. It's favorite, not decoration, destination. Yeah, because they've got the free action to make it cheaper. But normally it's $999. Oh, okay, yeah, I will drink water. Okay, give me a moment. Thank you. After all that voice acting, yeah. After all that voiceover, I definitely need water. All right, so there we go. All right. Let's speed it up. Let's go talk to Bragi. Actually, you know what would be really fast? We go this way. Yeah, that's why I put 2 of them. The Musicalis, Universalis. Oh my god, my cake is melting so fast. So I'll be posting on my Twitter and my Facebook, and I will be making a TikTok so you all can see. I have to edit it, but yeah, it really is like basically a smoothie. Oh, sorry, that's right. I need to do the voice. Hold on. I need some water to like wash down the dairy. Hey, what can I do for you? Looking to buy a lantern like every other stumbling soul in the city? I see. Well, Captain Lena can rest assured that any potions I spot coming in will be set aside for the wounded. Hang on a moment. If you're carrying messages for the guard, doesn't that mean you were there then? The battle at Holminster? A stalwart lad like you might want to pay a visit to the Wandering Stairs. Make himself known. I'm sure Glenard can introduce you to some interesting opportunities. Oh, great. Okay. Speak to Glenard. Glenard. Oh, yes. Glenard. All right. So this is the part that opens up this secondary portion of the game where in Shadowbringers you have to complete this this job storyline in order to be able to finish Shadowbringers. You have to complete this. This is a side thing, but it's also something you have to do in order to level up your job and finish Shadowbringers. Wonder what voice I need to do for this guy. Those. Sayela, more beer for table 2, and a couple of pints of mead for table 3 while you're at it. Coming right up. Sorry, we rushed off our feet today, sir. Can I get you anything? Drinks are on the house. I don't know why I'm doing that voice for him, but... Oh, that Bragi has a twisted sense of humor. To think that he sent you to me at a time like this. The first real night in near 100 years has folks all riled up and then some. What's more, that there was that ether business at Holminster Switch. They say a Light Warden was destroyed without a damn trace, and it was the Warrior of Darkness who did the deed. Something like that, yeah. I really must apologize for Glenard. He's been almost as rowdy as our customers. And that's no small feat. A lot of regulars are bounty hunters, you see. They mostly go after eaters, and rumors of the warrior's appearance was the spark of their kindling. You know that the weak eaters are drawn to the strong ones, right? Aye, they swarm like angry bees and around the Queen. You need look no further than Holminster for the proof of that. But attacks on the scale don't happen every day. Praise the blessed shadow. No. The more common threats are the strays. No one knows why, but every now and again an eater will leave the pack and prowl alone. Those are the ones you run into on the road, if your luck is foul. They are a danger to everyone. So the settlement council puts bounties on their heads, and our bar here is a convenient place for hunters to gather and share information.
Seems a few of them were inspired by the warden's slaying, even more than most. These are the types who have their sights set on the absolute worst of the strays, a class of eaters that have been dubbed the Cardinal Virtues. The Virtues show up out of nowhere about The Virtues showed up out of nowhere about 3 summers ago. And when historians heard the descriptions given by survivors, well, apparently they share an appearance with the villains who caused the flood. And if that doesn't send a chill down your spine, they are also reported to be as tough as light wardens. Not the kind of prey you can take down single-handed. Our virtue hunters had all but given up, but knowing the Warrior of Darkness is out there has lit a fire in their bellies. Just look at them. That Hume over there with the oversized sword is grandson. He's in it for revenge. Once a recruit in command in arms, as tenacious as he is. That Mistle lad is Lurik. Don't be fooled by those dewy cheeks. He's as hard a hunter as they come. He just lost a partner and seems to be on the lookout for a new one. That's Sarek. Word is he's seeking an expert in magecraft to help fight the virtue he's after. Last we have Gaiot, dwarf and drunkard both, wanted to join forces with a healer, and only a healer. Something about needing a mender's wisdom. I've seen my share of competent veterans, and you have that look about you. Maybe you should introduce yourself to one of our hunters. Who knows? Together you might even collect a bounty on a Cardinal Virtue.
Now that's a grand idea. Imagine the prestige my bar would earn if we boasted the patronage of a successful virtue hunter. You have gained access to the role quests. A separate quest line and story is now available for tank, physical DPS, magical DPS, and healer. In order to reach the final stages of the Shadowbringers main scenario, you must complete at least one role quest line. Speak with a virtue hunter at the Wandering Stairs and accept a quest offer. And that's what we're going to do right now. We're going to go ahead and accept the one for Lurik because he's the only one that's blue. Why? Because we're ranged DPS, so we're considered physical DPS. No great sport. No greater sport, sorry.
Wait, you wouldn't happen to be... Yes, of course you are. Just plain from the way you carry yourself. You're just the sort of man I've been looking for. You're perfect!
Sorry, give me a moment.
My name is Lurik, and I am a bounty hunter. But not just any bounty hunter, I will have you know. Nay, I am not wont to settle for run-of-the-mill prey. I hunt sin-eaters. Not only that, I have recently set my sights on a particular notable fiend, one of the 4 Cardinal Virtues, those infamous instigators of the Flood itself. Naturally, I will take considerable strength and naturally, it will take considerable strength and skill to defeat such a formidable eater, and I am not afraid to admit I cannot do it alone. However, with the aid of equally formidable allies, I am confident it can be done. And you, my friend, are exactly the sort of ally I have in mind to recruit.
Walk away without a word or feign interest. I have never walked away before. I've always feigned interest. Should we walk away, chat? Should we just check it out to see what happens when we walk away? Because I've never walked away. Simple yes or no, chat. Just let me know. I'm gonna eat some of this ice cream cake, or at this point, milkshake cake. What do you think, chat? Yes or no? Should we walk away? Walk away. There we go. Okay, let's walk away without a word. Wait! I have money! Lots of money! You'll be well rewarded for your service, on my honor! Sorry, that is the funniest shit ever. That is... Sorry, I need some water. Alright, here we go. However, I am... As much as I am certain you are the right man for the job, 'tis only meet that I put your skills to the proof. A simple test should suffice. Pray, do not be offended, but you would be shocked of how many people present themselves falsely in order to enrich themselves or to impress others. I know, shrugs. Shrugs. Okay, speak to the manager of the pen. I'm not gonna go there yet. I'm gonna go to Lakeland. I mean, that was some funny shit, chat. You have to admit. That was the funniest reaction. That was some funny shit right there. Let's go to Lakeland. That was so funny. I was not expecting that reaction. Wait, don't go! Alright. Oh, man. Look at this. I am so glad we chose that. I'm so glad that happened. It's the funniest thing I've ever encountered on here. Like I said, I've never walked away, so I didn't know what to expect, to be honest. let's go here. Let's talk to Luik.
Here we are. Our proving grounds. You need only slay a beast of suitable ferocity before my very eyes to demonstrate your own. Naturally, will require bait to lure one out of hiding. Oi, my lord. Got your package here. Well done, my good man, and here is your payment. Oh, this? The bait in question. Easier to have it delivered than to take a detour and pick it up myself. Rather more efficient as well. Time is money. Now then, you need only place it on in the open and slay whatever comes to claim it. Cannot imagine it will take long for someone to come hither.
All right, here we go. We're gonna put it. We need to just make cream cheese. Okay, we're putting down the bait. Oh yeah, now we gotta
Be to our destination.
Okay, here we go. Okay, go. Here we go. That is done.
Fantastic! I knew I was not wrong about you. Come, let us return to the Crystarium at once.
Okay, now we just gotta go back to the Crystarium. Which is free, by the way. Brought to you by free. Brought to you by free. No gil need be spent because you made it a free destination. Alright, let's go here and turn in our quest with Luik.
Congratulations on a kill well made, my good man. I dare say this is the beginning of a beautiful partnership. Let us commemorate the occasion with a feast. Eat, drink, and be merry.
Wonderful stuff, isn't it? My compliments to the chef.
I should like to return to our earlier discussion, that of the virtue I have engaged you to hunt with me. Andrea is her name, and she roams Norvrend in the guise of Brenda Ray, a fallen warrior of light and renowned hunter of Eld. She is the most elusive eater who has been sighted in every corner of the realm. Though her movements are unpredictable, she has often been witnessed pursuing and slaying extraordinarily dangerous beasts. I can well imagine the question forming in your head. Why not let her be?
If anything, is she not aiding local communities after a fashion? Alas, no. For the beasts she slays rise anew as eaters, which pose even greater threats to the small folk. So you see, this one wretched sin-eater is in truth sowing untold chaos by carrying on as she does, unleashing more of her kind on unsuspecting towns and villages all across Norvran. Only you and I can stop her. So she was a warrior of light, or didn't the warriors of light save the world? Let's see here. Oh, which one? I'm just eeny, meeny, miny, moe. And yeah, we're just gonna go with that one. So she was a warrior of light. Huh? What an odd thing to ask, but never mind all that. Whether or not they were heroes or villains or whatever 100 years ago doesn't matter to me. The simple truth is, Renda Ray was the greatest hunter who ever lived, and beating her at her own game would be an amazing feat, don't you think? And regardless of the Warriors of Light, what the Warriors of Light were before they became Sin Eaters, that's what they are now. So we'd be doing folks a favor by killing one. Well, what do you say, friend? Will you hunt Andrea with me? I hope I live to regret this. And I'm going to say with pleasure. Yeah. So begins our formal partnership. I can see it now. You and me, in the heat of battle, fighting side by side. The picture of courage and camaraderie. It's going to be grand. Naturally, it will take us time to study and understand our prey. Eaters can behave in strange and inexplainable ways, particularly powerful ones like Andrea. I've been doing my best to get inside her head, to think like a hunter, but it is easier said than done. Anyway, as soon as I have determined where we ought to begin our search, I will inform you at once. Oh, is the reward lacking? My apologies. Next time I will see that you receive rather more substantial compensation. Like, even he knows he cheaped out. Alright, here we go. Next one. We're just going to accept it and not continue it. Wait, is that you? It's really you! You actually came! I mean, never mind. You're here to hunt Andrea with me, yes? Of course you are. Why else would you be here? And wouldn't you know it, one of my hirelings should be returning with new information any moment now. Greetings, my lord. I'm pleased to report that Andrea was recently sighted in Amarang, in the vicinity of Samuel's backbone. It would seem. Apparently there was a righteous vicious spider that was giving folks trouble, and now that it's been turned, it's about a dozen times worse. They'd be grateful for any assistance. I see. Well done, my friend. Your payment as promised. Why bother going out and about pestering the small folk for news when you can employ others to do it for you? The better to devote our precious time to rather more important matters, I say.
And owing to my winning strategy, we may now depart for Amarang and the delightfully samed Samuel's backbone. For in pursuing the spider, we may yet find its maker.
Alright, so we'll be doing that after we finish doing this part of the main course. So we will continue that in a moment. We're going to go to the pendants and catch up on story. Here we go. Oh no, why am I doing it? I don't need to do that.
First, let's go to the Mender.
Alright, let's see here. Now we're going to go to character. Wow. So what I have still is the best stuff. Okay. Alright. Here we go.
Welcome back, sir. I wonder if anyone else can sleep in the city in such an uproar, but will you be retiring for your quarters?
Yes, we are retiring.
Very good. In light of the present situation, I have had illumination prepared for all the rooms. No need to rush to the markets for lanterns or candles. Have a pleasant rest, sir.
Now we're going to have a little cutscene again.
So it's your lot's turn to be the Warriors of Darkness, is it? It's funny how things work out.
I've never picked these are my private quarters. I always like what he responds to when I say been watching, have you? That's just my response, has always been. I just like how he responds to that.
Well, I did warn you. I followed you to Yulmore and then on to Amarang, and I was there when you slew the Light Warden. Those white-haired twins who were with you. I remember them from our battle in Source. Are they your friends then? Through thick and thin? Aye. Then I suggest you keep them close. It's when you charge ahead trying to save someone else that you end up losing those you love. Not that you need telling, I'll bet you've lost plenty. But I wonder, what will it cost you this time? I don't remember when it was that I learned regret wasn't worth the bother. You get numb to it all over the years. The lost comrades, the broken promises, the abandoned principles. Just more nagging burdens to ignore.
So this is what the light was hiding. He's here. I must go to him.
intruders! Fan out and find them!
Out of my way!
Stay your weapon. We are not your enemy. When the alarm sounded, I wondered what we had done to betray our presence. But I see now we are not the only intruders. Sir Estinian, I presume. The dragoon who plucked the Warrior of Light from the jaws of death? Your armor is most distinct.
Much as yours once was. But even without it, I see a former legator still has eyes and ears in unexpected places. Van Baelsar, in the flesh. Though I understand you prefer Shadowhunter.
You are in contact with the Scions, I take it.
Through no choice of my own, they tracked me down and conscripted me to their cause. I swear the receptionist was trained as a spy. Not that anyone can escape that Baldessian woman once she has caught the scent of your ether.
If they have resorted to using freelancers, I must assume their attempts to wake the afflicted have failed. And what of their champion?
Away on other business. Thus, it has fallen to me to root out any trace of the Empire's new weapon.
If it is Black Rose you seek, you are too late. My people have already completed your mission here. Yet this is but one factory among many. When they caught wind of our efforts, they built additional facilities to ensure production continues unabated. There will be no one left in the lands they conquer. No citizens to conscript. No skills to exploit. Nothing the Empire needs. And they will call it victory.
What exactly does this Black Rose do?
The gas is described as a poison, but its actual effect is more arcane in nature. It was created to disrupt the ether in living beings, to bring the flow of their life energies to a standstill. Inhaling even the tiniest amount will cause all bodily functions to cease, much as a potent venom will stop a man's heart. Released over a city, Black Rose could conceivably kill every inhabitant, and all without damaging a single structure.
Search every corner! Rouse the barracks if you have to! I want this facility secured!
I have more questions, but now is not the time.
Sir Estinian, I have an offer for you, but I will make it only once. Since it would seem we seek the same answers, you are welcome to join us.
From what I hear, you need all the help you can get. In case you don't know, Varys himself confessed that your empire was a creation of the Ascians.
I am aware of what his Radiance said at the parley. Thus I would return to the capital, that I might behold the truth of this corruption with my own eyes. My path leads to Garlemald.
Yeah! Alright, let's go ahead and pick up the rest. Pick up more of the main story quest. Unwelcome guest. Ah, begging your pardon, sir, but do you perhaps intend to head outside? If so, I would strongly advise you not to stray too far from the Crystarium. Word has it Yulmore has dispatched its military to Lakeland. Given the timing, I can only assume they did not welcome the return of night, even now. The Exarch is in the Oculus, deliberating a response. Okay. Well, we're not going to do that. We're going to teleport ourselves to Mordsuk. Alright. Now we're gonna go. Well, we're gonna complete the the second part. Here, and I know exactly where to go. That's right there is the backbone. The backbone in question. This is certainly the place. I gather those bones once belonged to dear Samuel, but I see no troublous arachnid. It being a rather large desert, I had considered hiring a few trackers to hasten our search, but I have yet to spy a place where such individuals might congregate. Pity. Nothing for it but to roll up our proverbial sleeves and do the dirty work ourselves. We shall split up and search those sands for this sin-eater spider. Whoever finds it first may have the honor of slaying it themselves. And should we not find it, well, after we both have searched for a suitable length of time, I say we meet back here. Let the hunt begin. Yeah, this area is called Snitch. There it is. There's the mission we need. Survey. Oh, you survey the surrounding sands, but find no trace of the spider you seek. Okay. Another cycle again. I do know we find it, and we end up killing it. Ah, there it is. Time to head back to Sentinel's backbone. Which there. And here we go. Oh, here we go. There she is. There she is, the scourge of Norvrend, the devourer of souls. Balam quits. We'll bring this mark down. They'll be singing ballads about us till the end of time. Never mind the king's bounty. Hells, we could buy ourselves a couple of castles apiece. Flanking maneuver, as discussed. Wait for my signal, then we strike as one. Damn it, she's on to us. Don't panic. We planned for this. We'll act as decoys while Rendere brings her down. Go! Go! Wait, not yet. There's no need to rush this. Sort it. Always so headstrong. Bugger! My head! I can't! Oh no! Come back here. Finish it, you bloody bastard. Finish me! So sorry. It's all my fault. Will not let it end like this. Promise. I'll kill that goddamn beast if it's the last thing I do. Hey! What was that just now? I've had headaches before, but the way you were thrashing about wasn't like anything I've ever felt. By the gods! And I thought we were lucky just to catch a glimpse of Andrea. But you're also telling me you were granted a vision of her past with this power of yours?
though. 2 warriors killed while hunting a great horned beast. A beast that their surviving companion vows to slay in revenge. I've heard this tale before. I know it. It's a common enough sort of tale, I suppose. And regardless, she is gone. Come, let us return to the Crystarium and celebrate your accomplishment. Alright. Back to the Crystarium. Okay, we're gonna go to the pendants and complete this thingy. Alright. Oh yeah, that's right, we're going to the bar. Oh wow, I'm 74. I can grab the 74 quest. Okay. Unless this is, no, I think this is the 72. The table is set, and so I bid you raise a glass with me, that together we might toast your spectacular accomplishment. There's really nothing quite like a hearty meal after job all done. Drink up, my friend, drink up! At your fill? I've another few bottles ready and waiting to be opened, no? Oh, very well, if you insist. It occurs to me, my good man, that I have yet to ask you your name. So quickly, did we forge our friendship that I hardly noticed until now? Daddy Red Velvet. Reek and Daddy. Yes, I'd rather like the sound of that. Reek and Daddy, the daring duo. The brave bounty hunters, the scourge of sin eaters. Once we have slain Andrea, not a soul in Norvrend will not know our names. They shall ring out. They shall ring out. They shall ring out all across the realm. But I should dwell over much on the victory before the struggle. A wise hunter is prepared and patient. Would be prudent to send double, nay, triple the agents afield to seek out promising new leads. Let's see here. If I didn't know any better, I'd say you were a gillionaire. Worried about the budget of our brave endeavor? Well, don't be. I am prepared to fund our activities as needed. No expense shall be spared. None whatsoever. And of course, we're going to pick up this level 74 quest while we're here. Freedom from privilege. There he is! Daddy, come to rejoin his bosom companion in the great hunt. It is well that you have, for I have obtained new information concerning a sighting of Andrea on Calusia. The fiend has transformed yet another deadly mark, a great bear in this instance, into an even deadlier eater. And so it falls to Reek and Daddy to slay the newborn eater and continue their pursuit of Norvrend's most notorious virtue. To Calusia and to glory! Alright, well, we're not doing Calusia to glory. We're gonna now go back to
story. We're gonna head to the ocular. Alright, go back up. Yo, everyone, we are at 11 hours and 47 minutes of this 12-hour stream. Again, I can't count the early 15 minutes that we just start 15 minutes early. So it will technically be 12 hours and 15 minutes once we're actually done. So let's go on in. I'm not gonna talk the guard anymore at this point. We're just gonna go in.
You have come at a good time. As you may have heard, we have something of a quandary on our hands. Laxon Loft, here in Lakeland. Yulmore has sent one of its airships. They have questions for us concerning the death of the Light Warden. Their emissary makes his way here even as we speak.
I suppose the sky does rather give the game away.
Indeed. 'Twas inevitable they would come knocking. The only question was how soon.
My lord, I am come with the Yulmoran emissary. May I show him in?
A moment, Captain, if you would. Everyone, gather round. I do not wish to show our hand prematurely. Forgive me this liberty. Vanish. Enter. Well, well, the commander of the Yulmoran army himself. To what do I owe the honor, General Ranjit?
The Light Warden is dead, Exarch. Were your people responsible?
You are clearly in some haste, my lord. But before I address your question, you must allow me one of my own. What is Yulmore's interest in this?
His benevolence, Lord Vorthri, is gravely concerned that the actions of an ignorant few may jeopardize relations between man and Sin-Eater. Should it transpire that the Crystarium is guilty of abetting the villains responsible for this outrage, my lord has decreed that it suffer the same retribution.
I see. Since you have been so candid, I too shall speak my mind. Regardless of who is responsible, the Crystarium rejoices in the Light Warden's death and welcomes the return of the night sky. If Yulmore considers this tantamount to aiding those you term villains, then by all means, carry out your retribution. Know, however, that even should every innocent soul in the Crystarium perish, Nothing can stop that which has been set in motion.
Folly. The death of one or 1,000,000 Sin-Eaters changes nothing. The world is dead, and writhe as we might, like maggots in its rotting course, it will not be reborn. Only by my master's grace may we live out our days in peace. But I waste my breath. You have made your stance clear. I shall relay your words to Lord Vorthry. In the meantime, you would do well to counsel any here who have done more than merely rejoice in recent events, to throw themselves upon Yulmore's mercy, promptly. One last matter. We are searching for a young artist and his assistant. Know you of whom I speak?
An artist and his assistant, no. I cannot say I do.
What a pity. Should they reveal themselves to you, I bid you hand them over at once. My master is most eager to see them again.
Am I imagining things, or did he just stare straight at us?
I fear he did. The General is not a man to be trifled with. He is a warrior of fearsome repute who has led Yulmore's army since before Vorthry's time, when the nation still spearheaded the fight against the Sin-Eaters. One does not command the world's mightiest army, and for so long, without possessing exceptional instincts.
If Yulmore chose to send such an individual, we must assume this talk of retribution is more than an idle threat. While we are grateful for your support, my lord, we cannot in good conscience put your people in harm's way.
'Tis noble of you to say, Master Alphinaud, but my people have been in harm's way since long before you arrived. Yulmore has ever yearned to rule over what remains of the world. Even should we surrender the Warrior of Darkness to them, they would find some other pretext upon which to invade. The people of the Crystarium know this only too well, which is why, when the time comes, I am certain they will fight to the last man. If truth be told, I would not have been surprised had Ranjit declared war here and now.
He may have reason to delay. According to reports, the Yulmoran forces at Laxan Loft were observed taking a prisoner. A young woman believed to be none other than the Oracle of Light, Minfilia. It may be that General Ranjit wishes to convey her to Yulmore before commencing hostilities. Having mentored generations of Minfilias, it would not surprise me if he had made her capture his chief concern.
Of course. How remiss of me. I had intended to speak to you of Minfilia. There is, however, much to say, and precious little time in which to say it. I think it best that you seek out Maren at the Cabinet of Curiosity. He will be able to enlighten you. Alphino, Alize, would you care to accompany your friend? You doubtless have insights of your own to offer on the matter.
All right, though I'm still not sure I understand it all myself.
In the meantime, I will set about making provisions for war.
Okay. War it is. All right, let's go over to... Wow, our time is drawing near. We have about 17 minutes left to stream. I'm going to ask you this. I'm going to ask you all this question. Do you all want me to keep going at this as a series on here for the next until we get caught up with Endwalker? I mean, I do plan on streaming Endwalker, but I didn't know if you all want me to continue doing this on stream for having it. If you all wanted me to continue this whole the whole story quest on this and finish Shadowbringers with you all on here, and I'm definitely gonna have to separate this into several bites because I don't know how long. I don't know if a 12-hour stream would fit on YouTube at all as a standalone. I think that would be a rather long video. I think I'm gonna have to break it up into 2-hour chunks. But I just want to know what you all feel. I'm gonna keep going, by the way.
Yes, if you're after books pertaining to the Warrior of Darkness, I'm afraid most of are on loan at present. They are experiencing quite a surge in popularity. Oh, you wish to learn about the Oracle of Light? Then it would be my pleasure to assist. After I have finished off a few outstanding tasks, that is, while I attend to them, perhaps you could fetch a book for me. The Illustrated Tale of the Oracle of Light, it's called. Though it's intended for younger readers, it provides an excellent summary of the subject matter, and the artwork is quite lovely besides. I would not hesitate to recommend it to anyone with an interest in learning about Minfilia. But you must see for yourself. The book should be located on the level below. Should, I say, for while there is a place for everything here, not everything's always in its place, despite my best efforts. In short, if the book is not where it should be, it will almost certainly be somewhere it shouldn't. So, good luck.
All right, let's okay, here, this is the bookshelf. The book does not appear to be here. The book does not appear to be here. There's Alize. Just as your eyes begin to blur, they finally come to rest on a copy of The Illustrated Tale of the Oracle of Light. Alright. Go here. Now let's present it. Have you found the book? Yes, this is the one. I hope it wasn't too difficult to track down. I'm happy to say I've finished all my pressing tasks. If you want to call your friends over, we can begin learning at once. Without further ado then, it began 100 years ago when the flood of light threatened to swallow Norvrend. Just as all seemed lost, a savior appeared who halted the all-consuming radiance. A maiden with hair of spun gold and eyes of clearest sapphire. Naught was known about her, save that her name was Minfilia. And for delivering the realm, she came to be revered as the Oracle of Light. After stopping the flood, the mysterious maiden vanished without a trace. But 15 years later, her name would unexpectedly reappear in the annals of history. When Sin-Eaters laid ruin to the kingdom of Verbert, a young girl was discovered who was immune to the creature's blighted touch. One with hair spun gold and eyes of clear sapphire. She was hailed as the Oracle Reborn and came to likewise be called Minfilia. Enlisting in the Ulmoran army, this Minfilia fought and vanquished countless Sin-Eaters. Alas, like so many soldiers, she eventually met her end in battle. Yet with her dying breath, she whispered onto her grieving comrades, Minfilia will return. And, true to her words, some years later, another young girl was discovered who possessed the self-same eyes, that self-same hair, and those self-same powers. She too took the name Minfilia. She too fought Sin-Eaters as the soldiers of Ulmor. And she too fell in battle. Many more were to follow in her footsteps, and so the cycle continues to this day. And that concludes the tale. By their valor and sacrifice, these women have saved Norvrend on numerous occasions. And were it not for them, we might never have learned of the Light Wardens and their nature. They sound like formidable warriors. Some perhaps. The truth is rather less simple. Though the Oracle is reborn with certain common traits, she does not inherit the memories of the knowledge of her previous incarnations. All of the Minfilias thus far were discovered as ordinary girls, unversed in the ways of war and ignorant of the power they harbored. While some embraced their fate and devoted themselves to training, others did not. But all were made to face the Sin-Eaters, and all died to keep our hopes alive. What can you tell us of the current Minfilia?
She was found by the Yulmorian army some 10 years ago and taken into their care. Or rather, their custody. She was a prisoner in all but name. For by that time, under Lord Vothry's rule, Yulmor had already abandoned resistance in favor of decadence. Minfilia was an uncomfortable reminder of the war they no longer wished to fight. A potential threat to that peace. And so they keep her under lock and key. For a long while, we heard nothing more of her. We couldn't even be certain she was alive, save that it was in the Yulmoran's best interest for her to remain under their control. But then 3 years ago, a gallant soul stole into the city and rescued her from their clutches, just like a hero from the tales. Indeed. Well, I believe we now have a good grasp of Minfilia's tale. Thank you for your time, Moren. Might I trouble you for a word, Daddy? Outside?
Alright, we're just gonna jump off the edge. And get going, because
time is short, and Nobuyuki and all.
This way. Oh, thank you for the birthday blep.
As you will have surmised, the gallant soul who rescued Minfilia was none other than our own dear Thancred. They have since been wandering the land together, never remaining in one place for long, which is why we have not yet had a chance to meet them. We know that Minfilia journeyed here as Hydaelyn's emissary to halt the flood of light. It could only be her that the people of the first witnessed 100 years ago, the original Oracle of Light. But while there's plainly some connection between the woman we knew and her namesakes, the fact these girls do not share her memories must surely mean that they are not the same person. Thancred has to understand that.
I have no doubt that he understands. The question is, how he feels.
Regardless, the Thancred we know would not forsake his charge. If she has been captured, we may be certain he will not stand idly by. There you go again, talking in your roundabout way. If you think we should rescue Minfilia, just spit it out. It just so happens I agree with you. It's quite clear that this Minfilia possesses Hydaelyn's blessing. And it wouldn't hurt to have a second such individual on our side. Right, Daddy?
One's generally been enough, but fine. Quite.
I see you've made up your mind. I see you made up your minds. Exarch, what brings you here? A report and a proposal. First, the report. Our scouts have confirmed that the Yulmoran forces at Laxen Loft do indeed have Minfilia in their custody. For the present, they are holding her there, but we can be certain they will move her to Yulmor ere long. Should that happen, we may be forced to give her up as lost. So if we mean to act, we should do so quickly. Which brings me to my proposal. I ask that you entrust this undertaking to us, the people of the Crystarium. Alright. Find out. I think this is a talking cutscene. I think, yeah, the Deep Gold is the new one that's better than the whatchamacallit. I think the Deep Gold set is the set that finally is better than the White Oak.
You are doubtless eager to attempt Minfilia's rescue, and with your combined strength, you may well succeed. But as I said earlier, I do not wish to show our hand unless absolutely necessary. "'Twas not merely the night sky that you restored to us, but hope. Hope for the future of Norvrand. Unlike you, we cannot contend with the Light Wardens, but so long as hope burns in our hearts, we will fight on regardless. This I will prove to you." My friends, I thank you for gathering at such short notice. There is something I would ask you all. As many of you are aware, I received an emissary from Yulmore a short while ago in the form of General Ranjit. To my dismay, the General condemned the slaying of the Light Warden, and warned me in no uncertain terms that, should the Crystarium cast its lot with the Warrior of Darkness, there would be war. Let none be mistaken. We would be hard-pressed indeed to resist the might of Yulmore. Some would even call it suicide. And yet my heart cries out to fight. Better that than relinquish the hope that swelled in my breast when I beheld the night sky for the first time in 100 years. Or so says my heart. My mind, meanwhile, reminds me that to follow my heart would be to risk everything we have accomplished thus far. Clearly, this is not a decision to be made lightly, nor less alone. And so I put the question to you all. What should we do?
My lord, you already know our minds. It brought tears to our eyes to witness the knight's return. The whole of Norvrand deserves the same, and not just because some children's story tells us so.
Yulmore's influence is far-reaching. Should war break out, trade would be subject to restrictions. The flow of goods will dry up, and we will struggle to make do with what little trickles through. But make do, we will.
Aye, we can weather such hardships. Is that not the very thing the Crystarium was built for? We have always taken pride in our ability to sustain ourselves. Not just to endure, but to thrive.
When all falls down around you, rise up. Those were your words. There may come a day when all hope seems lost, But even should the rest of the world give in to despair, we shall not. We shall fight on, that our children and our children's children might know a better tomorrow.
Rousing words apart, I never much cared for those Yulmoran bastards anyway. No better than common swindlers, most of them. Wouldn't know a fair deal if it came up and kissed them on the arse.
Trust you to spoil the moment.
It appears we have a consensus. Let it be known that the Yulmoran host at Laxon Loft has taken the Oracle of Light captive. They fear the power she holds over the Sin Eaters, and doubtless intend to imprison her once more. So, I move that we rescue the Oracle, grant her a place among us, and let that be our answer to Yulmor's ultimatum.
Hear, hear!
Hear, hear!
In planning a strategy for the rescue, I open the floor to you all.
And there you have it. If Yulmor wishes to denounce us as villains, then we shall embrace our villainy. Will you do so as well?
We will not be outdone. Consider us your partners in crime.
My lord, our proposal is as follows. We begin by deploying Amaro to occupy the skies over Lakeland. They should serve to delay the airship's departure. At the same time, we scatter dream powder from the air. Not all will succumb to its effects, but it should thin the enemy's numbers, affording us an opening to swoop in and liberate the Oracle.
Very good. See to your preparations.
And what exciting crimes would you have us commit? Speaking for my fellow villains, I'd say we're capable of most things, though we draw the line at indolence.
If excitement is your desire, then I bid you join the guard. Captain Lena will give you your orders.
Wow, okay, well, we've reached that point in the stream. It is now, wow, we've done a 12-hour stream, and we got to, hold on, everyone, so, let me turn off the game audio there for a second. Let's go back to here. Wow, so we made it a little over halfway. So I want to thank you all so much. So very much for being part of this 12-hour stream, for supporting this channel. And it was great to finally have my brother and my nephew and my brother-in-law to actually watch the show. So, hey guys, I hope you enjoyed watching this episode of Doki Doki Donut. Once again, thank you all so much for all the support and all the love. And before I bid you good night, I just want to let you know we do have a Discord. We have where basically I post everything. Everything there. The Twitter it posts there. The YouTube reposts there. We do have a YouTube. So if you want to, watch previous episodes, I'm probably going to have to break this one down. I am going to have the full 12-hour post to YouTube, but I'm going to break this down as well into a series. If you're all interested in that, let me know. I also have a Twitter. It's at everything's at Darkborne Plus, basically. We have a Facebook. We have a Facebook page. Again, if you want to help support the stream financially, we do accept tips. We have a TikTok. We have for tips. We use coffee. So just look for the coffee logo down in the about section of the Twitch, or do exclamation point tip, and it'll give you the link to the coffee. Or you can subscribe and help keep this going, or even just share the streams when you get on. Again, thank you so much, so much for making this an amazing birthday for me, for one, and for two, wow, what we've done together. So I know I'm being repetitive at this point because I'm exhausted. There you go. All right, stretch done. All right, yes, thank you so much, Japs. So one more time, thank you all so much for watching this episode of Doki Doki Donut on Darkborne Plus. I will see you all Monday for Dungeons and Dumbasses Flights of the Legacy, episode 16. And that'll be at 6:45 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. And until next time, my protagonists, until our next date, good night.